Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video will be showing you guys some Ultra League battles with this new team I've created, which includes Dragonite, Poliwrath, and Tangrowth. We will be getting a 5-1 with this team, so watch to the end to see that. And if you guys do enjoy, please consider dropping a like, subscribing, and turning notifications on. And with that being said, let's get on with today's video. For the first round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Dragonite. Right here, I think it mostly depends on who gets their Dragon Claw first, because after you Dragon Breath them down to charge up your charge move, they will be half health, so it's basically whoever gets their Dragon Claw first. He does choose to shield and not take the Dragon Claw hit, so I do decide to shield as well because I do know that I will win the one-on-one, because he did also throw in his Dragon Claw right after. So as you guys know, every time somebody throws in a charge move, there is a slight delay, so I do win that one-on-one because of that, and that does allow us to see his next Pokemon, which is a Togekiss. Since Poliwrath is a fighting and water type Pokemon, he will be taking super effective damage, and although he does have Ice Punch, Charm from Togekiss will be doing more damage than Ice Punch on his Togekiss. So because of that, I do decide to make a swap onto Tangrowth. Tangrowth will be doing super effective damage with his Rock Slide due to Rock types being super effective against flying types. This is really good for us because I do want to get ahead on energy, and my opponent's second to last Pokemon is actually a Snorlax, so that does allow my Poliwrath to come in, because Poliwrath does have Dynamic Punch. I did try to use Power Up Punch, but I didn't really like it because sometimes shield baits will not work, because sometimes people do know Poliwrath's charge move half of the time. So I did decide to throw in Dynamic Punch instead of Power Up Punch. My Dynamic Punch did go through right there due to him having 0 shields, and that Dynamic Punch did also do a good amount of damage due to fighting types being super effective against normal types. Snorlax is a normal type, so I will be throwing in my Dynamic Punch here, and it will be doing super effective damage once again. And I do know that my opponent's final Pokemon is that Togekiss. I do have my Tangrowth still that will be doing a lot of super effective damage with his Rock Slide, and because of that, it does allow us to win the first round. Good game to our opponent. For the second round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Blastoise. As you guys know, there was an event, so you will be able to get those community day moves for those Kanto starters like Blastoise, Charizard, and Venusaur. You will be able to use those Frenzy Plants, Blast Burns, and Hydro Cannon. I do know that Blastoise will be able to learn Ice Beam, because I did also try to use Blastoise. It didn't really work out, but he still is pretty good. This will be a Blastoise. I do know that it is going to be an Ice Beam due to how slow he got his charge move. Even if it was a Hydro Cannon, he still would have been able to get to that Ice Beam, or still wouldn't have been able to get to that Ice Beam, so that is very good. My opponent's second Pokemon is a Venusaur. Venusaur is a Grass and Poison type Pokemon, so my Dragon types will be doing a lot of neutral damage against him, while we will also be double resisting those Grass type moves. His Sludge Bomb, if he does have double charge moves, will be doing neutral damage against us, and it will be doing a good chunk of damage onto my Dragonite. My Dragon Breath and Dragon Claw are doing a good amount of damage. My Dragonite is almost going to be taking out both of his Pokemon, his Venusaur and his Blastoise. We do get hit by a sludge bomb here, but we were still very close to fainting that Venusaur because my Dragonite was left with 1 HP. I did decide to make a swap out into my Poliwrath. It was very risky. That is still okay because I do know that his final Pokemon, or I didn't know his final Pokemon. I think it was a Pokemon that one of my Pokemon would counter, and because of that he did surrender, allowing us to win the second round. Good game to our opponent. For the third round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Machamp. Machamp is an only fighting type Pokemon, but he does have access to Rock Slide, and I do have to watch out for that. I do think that it is charged up for him, so he does make a swap out into Charizard. I do think that he is trying to preserve it. Since this Charizard does only have Dragon Breath, I do decide to make a swap out into Tangrowth. As you guys know, grass types he will be double resisting grass types due to grass types being not very effective against both flying types and fire types. We do see one shield go through right there, and my second Rock Slide is about to charge up, but he does have a charge move. I do know that he did take a lot longer to get to that Dragon Claw, or it did take way more energy to get to that Dragon Claw, so I do decide to throw in a shield there, and it was actually a blast burn. So I do decide to throw in a shield, throw in my Rock Slide, and because of that his Charizard does faint from that. My opponent's second Pokemon is a Typhlosion. Typhlosion is pretty glassy, but his attack stat is pretty strong. So I do decide to still keep my Tangrowth in here because my Rock Slides are charging up pretty fast. Rock Slide is going to be doing super effective damage against him. If I did have a bit more HP, that Rock Slide would have straight gone through him because Rock Slide is a rock type charge move. Rock types are super effective against fire types, and if that Typhlosion didn't have another shield, he would have probably fainted. My opponent's second Pokemon once again is that Machamp, and he is very low, and he does throw in a Rock Slide as well that I do have a shield for. His final Pokemon once again is that Typhlosion. Dragon Claw is charged up. This will probably faint him, and because of that it does allow us to win the third round. Good game to our opponent. Alright guys, for the fourth round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Crobat. Crobat is a poison and flying type Pokemon, and both of us are basically the same health. He is running Sky Slash as his fast move, and he also does throw in a Sludge Bomb that I do have a shield for. Because of that, we didn't take damage from that Sludge Bomb. He does also throw in his second shield as well. And my Dragon Claw is very close to charging up. I do decide to throw it in instead of going for the Farm Down. But because my opponent did actually throw in a shield as well, I do decide to go for the hard Farm Down. Use my shield. He does throw in a Shadow Ball. I do decide to go for the hard Farm Down with a bit of HP left to get a few Dragon Breaths off. Venusaur does come out, and that is very good because we are going to be double resisting grass type Pokemon or grass type moves due to grass types being not very effective against both dragon types and flying types. These Dragon Claws are doing a good amount of damage, and so is my Dragon Breath. His Venusaur is already past half health from this last one, basically almost in red zone. He is very low. My Dragonite may be able to take him out. Nope, he doesn't take him out, but he is 1 HP. I did decide to make a swap out into Venusaur or into my Poliwrath. It would have been the same thing. Either I make a swap out into my Tangrowth, get hit with a sludge wave or sludge bomb, or make a swap out into my Tangrowth or make a swap out into my Poliwrath and get hit with a Frenzy Plant. So my Poliwrath did survive that Frenzy Plant. Dynamic Punch does do a good amount of damage on him, I do think that we will be able to survive a rock slide, but we don't even need to worry about that because we do get a rock slide before he does get to his last spin, allowing us to win the 4th round. Good game to our opponent. For the 5th and final round, my opponent's first Pokemon is an Executor. He probably does have Confusion as his fast move, so he is going to be doing a good amount of neutral damage. He is going to be doing neutral damage, but as you guys see, that Confusion is taking off chunks. We are basically the same health though. My Dragon Claw does charge up first before him. He may actually be running Seed Bomb. Every time I see an Executor in the Ultra League, I do usually see them running a Seed Bomb, but I do just have to wait and see. I do have to throw in a shield because he did throw in a shield as well, so I am going to basically mirror that. His charge move is actually a Psychic that would have probably fainted us by the health that I am at, so that was good that I did shield. I do just have to throw in my Dragon Claw just to get rid of his Executor quickly, so then my Dragonite will be able to face off his second opponent, or his second Pokemon, which is a Dragonite as well. So Dragonite will be getting a good farm down onto my Dragonite. He does get a good farm down on my Dragonite, and he does probably have a Dragon Claw charged up by now, but I do think that he is charging up to an Outrage. My opponent's second Pokemon is actually a Swampert, so I do decide to make a swap out into my Tangrowth. These Vine Whips are just whipping him because Grass types will be doing double super effective damage due to Grass types being super effective against both ground types and water types. I do decide to throw in a shield here because it may be an Earthquake or a Sludge Wave that will be doing not very effective damage or super effective damage. It is actually an Earthquake that would have been doing a good amount of damage still, and my opponent's final Pokemon is that Dragonite. As you guys see here, I am just going to pummel him with some Rock Slides because I do have 2 Rock Slides charged up. He will probably survive one of those Rock Slides. He did actually have one more shield left, so this Rock Slide will be going through because he has 0 shields left. Because of that, it does allow us to win the 5th and final round. Good game to our opponent. Alright guys, so that will be the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please consider dropping a like, subscribing, and turning notifications on. It will really help the channel a lot because we are on the road to 100 subscribers. Comment down below what you guys think of Poliwrath and this team. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.